Maloney High School, just one of a number of schools that have had students test positive for COVID-19. Each school district has handled these cases differently, and that's why teachers are asking for more uniformity.
They're struggling to maintain safety, follow the protocols, and at the same time, teach our children.
It has not been an easy return to the classroom for teachers and students across the state. As both adjust to a new normal, the Connecticut Education Association is asking for more unified standard for when COVID cases arise.
That's critical if we're going to protect safety in our communities and not reignite the virus in Connecticut.
Dozens of schools in multiple districts have had positive COVID cases. Each district has handled the cases differently. The CEA believes that inconsistencies with contact tracing and quarantining are leaving teachers stuck in limbo or out of the classroom entirely.
We ought to let them teach remotely to their students so that their students have the continuity of education from their own teacher.
The Connecticut Department of Education says that the guidance for handling these cases are clear. They say a one-size-fits-all plan wouldn't always work because every case is different.
The size of the school matters. Who that person was in contact with matters. And I don't want that information ignored.
The Department of Education says that the facts on the ground and how quickly contact tracing can be done are two of the biggest factors at play when deciding to stay open or not.
I have complete confidence in the local health departments and the superintendent's ability to assess the situation, use our guidelines, and make the best decision to promote health and safety for that entire community.
The Department of Education has been extremely happy and even amazed with how well local administrators have handled these early COVID cases. They say things are only going to get better as the year goes along. They also want to remind people in the community how important it is to continue to mitigate the spread of COVID-19 outside of the classroom so that students can stay in it. In Meriden, Dave Puglisi, Fox 61 News.